Hi, and welcome to the online Nurture for the Soul membership program as part of the Whisper Tree. My name is Zoe Whitehead. I have a healing centre in Lutterworth, Leicestershire. And I have recently set up our online membership because we've had so much interest for our meditation workshops and other events that we run here in Lutterworth. But unfortunately, some of these people cannot make these events, or they're too far, it's too far to travel. So I decided recently to set up my online membership for those that couldn't make the distance or commit to the times. So it's lovely to have you on board. And what we're going to be doing together in this first session, this hour-long session, is first of all, I'll introduce myself, talk a little bit about myself and my journey. Then we will have our card reading, our weekly card reading. Then I'll be running some frequency energy on you. People get ever so excited about the frequency energy because you just feel so fantastic afterwards. Then I'll be taking an aspect of the card reading and I'll be basing my teaching on that. So don't forget to comment or ask any questions. You can always pop those in the box, in the comment box. And I'll do my best to answer those during the session. If not, I'll answer them over the next few sessions. Okay, so first of all, my name's Zoe Whitehead. I am the founder of the Whisper Tree. I was a secondary trained teacher. I was teaching languages in secondary schools, and I went into primary. Kind of preferred the age group, I guess. And I was teaching SATs to year 6. I had a year 5-6 class. Because of the SATs teaching, I noticed how many children were getting very anxious. And it wasn't just always those children that were taking the SATs, but there were a lot of children in the school in general that were suffering from anxiety, strong emotions like anger. You know, there was school refusal as well. And I really recognised the need to support these children in a different way. At the time, I was very interested in yoga and meditation and mindfulness. And I was realising how much these were helping me. So I approached the head and sort of spoke to him and said, look, I'd really love to be able to support these children in a bit more of a holistic way. At the time, I also had my eldest son who was struggling and not wanting to go to school at certain times. He had a lot of anxiety issues. So I started to really develop techniques and find a way to teach children these techniques that I was using on myself, and find a way into meditation. And find a way to engage children in all of this sort of thing. And, I had little nurture groups that the head allowed me to set up at the start of the day for children that were struggling in this way. And I always remember I had one girl, my first group that was, school refusing, getting very anxious before school. And we, really, really helped to turn her around. But she was really embracing the techniques as well. And within 6 months, she was happy to come into school. So that was really lovely to see. And then I started to reduce my school hours because I realised that this wasn't where I was wanting to be. I was wanting to help children more in this way, and also adults as well. So I started to reduce my hours and started to develop and set up different workshops. We got this space in Lutterworth, and I could then have more people coming to me. I was also trained in transference healing, which is a very transformative and deeply shifting energy. I have clients that now come to me one-to-one to have this energy work, run on them. But I also weave it into the practices and into the workshops as well, and into the meditations now. So people really, really feel the benefit of this energy. And this is what I'm going to be doing in my online sessions, my live broadcasts. So that's a little bit about me. If you have any questions, just again, please pop them into the comment box and I'll do my best to answer them. I love questions, because I feel it helps everybody else, and it helps me to understand what my clients need. So we're going to start with our card reading. Now this is relevant for the Tuesday the 12th of June. Obviously each week you'll be getting a card reading, and this will give you insight into the days ahead. It will just open you up to different possibilities and maybe even answer some questions for you. I work very closely with these cards. These are part of the Animal Magic set that was channeled through by Alexis Cartwright. Alexis Cartwright is my teacher. She channeled through the transference healing procedures and energy. And she also channeled through, as I said, these cards, the Animal Magic cards. So within the card set, we have mythical beings, as this card happens to be this week. We have animals and elemental beings. And I pull a card for myself every day. They're always spot on, and it just gives me guidance. It gives me understanding what's going on for me over the next few days. And I really try and connect into the aspects, magical aspects of the card. And it just helps with my own healing and my own perception around things. So our card for the week is Griffin. It's a really powerful card. So I thought that's interesting that we start off our sessions, our live broadcast with Griffin. And I always think, ooh, when I see these sorts of cards, these power cards, as I like to call them. So Griffin is telling me, and this again, remember, it's relevant for the 12th of June 2018 and the days leading over, from that date. So, and it's relevant for anyone who connects in, because it's a soul group card reading. It's on that level, not an individual level. So you will be, if you were connecting in, the, aspects of this card will be relevant for you. So Griffin is telling me that we could be dealing with unexpected issues, so probably quite tricky issues, or overcoming karmic situations. So what I mean by karma is, we all have people in our lives that we feel responsible for at some level. And, the sorts of people that we don't want them to make mistakes. We're kind of trying to protect them from that. And yet by making mistakes, that's how we grow and learn. So it's always it can be quite a difficult, relationship sometimes. And sometimes we can feel quite resentful in a way because of the responsibility we feel towards this person, and the kind of relationship that we have. And we may get slightly triggered by this person as well, or people. We may have more than one in our lives. We may be in some sort of health crisis or just pulling up health issues, or we're in a spiritual initiation. So today we're going to get, quite pushed, or the next few days we're going to get quite pushed in this. Now, because this is our first broadcast, I'm not going to go in too deeply today. So we'll just leave it at that. We could be clearing some self-worth issues, or we could just simply be stepping more into our power. Griffin works with the lower chakras. So these are energy centers within the body. So we'll be looking at the root chakra, the sacral, and the solar plexus. So it works with the lower part of the body. And again, this is all about attributes of endurance, self-discipline, strength, and instinct. We're kind of developing more of these attributes so that when we are in those struggles, those attributes of ourselves, those qualities, will help us in those moments. The colours, because you're working with these lower chakras, the colours that you could be resonating with are orange, red, and yellow. So if you have any pants in those colours, great, get them on. Any accessories, any sort of, trousers, tops, anything of that colour. Or, jewellery, crystal jewellery, even better. Then at the moment, if you're resonating with those colours, get them on. That will really, really serve a purpose for you at the moment. Okay, so that's our card for the week. And as I said, it's relevant for Tuesday, the 12th of June, 2018, and the days ahead from that. Because obviously some of you watch this broadcast not live in the moment, and you might want to watch the catch-ups, but that's fine, because you're going to start really getting to know the cards and connecting in with them. Okay, so what we're going to do now, and as we do for what I do for the group that come to me, my clients that come to me in our space in Lutterworth, I'm going to run energy. So unfortunately, I won't be able to get the music on because I'm having to use my phone to record this live recording at the moment. But usually we would have music in our live broadcast, but that's fine. So what I'm going to ask you, for those of you that are watching at home, I want you to be comfortable. I want you to be warm for the next sort of 5-6 minutes. And if you could just make sure that your phones are switched off and you're not going to be disturbed for that time, because this is your time. Honor it. This is really going to serve a purpose. It's really, you're going to feel the full benefits of the energies it's run on you. And you're going to feel, wonderfully relaxed, wonderfully uplifted after I've run this energy. But, prioritize this time for you, so that you really feel the benefits. Okay, so getting yourselves comfortable. And we're going to start by closing our eyes. And we're going to take a couple of deep breaths in, long drawn out breaths in through the nose. And out through the nose. In through the nose. And out through the nose. And just set your intent to have a good meditative practice. And while you've got your eyes closed and you're continuing with this breathing for a few more breaths, I'm just going to quickly explain what's going to happen now. So for the next few minutes, next sort of 5-6 minutes, you're just going to remain seated with your eyes closed. So just listen to me with your eyes closed. And I'm just going to be saying different things. You're probably not going to understand them initially. It doesn't matter. You'll get an energy run on you. Just go with it. Just go with the flow. And these kind of prayers and sort of procedures help me to channel through the energy so that I can run it on you. You are connecting in now. You've set that intent to connect in, so you're going to benefit fully from this energy. Okay, so we're going to start by white light in the body. So I'm just going to bring white light up below the feet, coming up the legs, pelvic area, torso, head and neck, and out into the auric field, the space around you. Back into the heart, and then I'm just running emerald green frequency of light into the heart chakra now. So just running that through, running that energy, the frequency of that energy into the heart area, and just holding that for a moment. And then just sweeping your hands outwards. Or sweeping my hands outward, just releasing any tension, any pain from that area now into the light. Tuning into the Chiron point and placing quartz essence into the Chiron point. And then with a silver frequency of light, just drawing in the astrological symbol for Chiron into that area now. So just drawing it in, attuning the complex geometric matrix of the etheric body to the new 5th dimensional earth grid matrix to sustain an ongoing and enlightening healing process. White light in the body once more, so bringing white light from below the feet, coming up the legs, pelvic area, torso, neck and head, and out into the space around you. Just visualizing that now going into the heart area. Okay, and then with a silver white frequency of light, I'm drawing a crystal cross over the body, so coming down the central line of force, down to below the feet, coming back up to the heart and crossing from left to right. And just doing that again, so coming down the body to below the feet, coming back up to the heart and crossing from left to right, and just opening the heart chakra now, so touching, twisting and releasing and opening. Okay. And then drawing a heart symbol over the heart, placing a cross into the heart from top to bottom, left to right, then 3 more crosses, top to bottom, left to right, top to bottom, left to right, And one more time, top to bottom, left to right. And just setting the intent to feel the heart's frequency attuned to the Earth's new electromagnetic frequency now. Drawing a heart over the heart and placing an Om symbol into the heart. And just setting the intent to hold that for a moment, just letting the frequency and the energy run. White light in the body once more, so bringing white light from below the feet, coming up the legs, pelvic area, torso, neck and head, and out into the space around us, coming back into the heart. And then just using a silver frequency of light, we're going to draw a diamond over the body. So coming from above the head, coming out to the sides and then down below the feet. We're using a silver frequency of light. All geometric forces relating and responding to the Earth's magnetic geometric grid balance and come into alignment. Aligning and repairing the lines of force, so coming down the central line all the way to below the feet, coming down the feminine side, now the left hand side, and just repairing and realigning any parts of that line. And then down the masculine side, the right hand side, and again just realigning that line down to below the feet. Drawing a horizontal line across the body over the gravity line, so just stretching out in both directions. And at the base of the central line, just drawing a silver triangle, and then just coming up along the main chakras, root chakra, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye and crown. And then just stopping where guided along the left hand side, the feminine side, just drawing in silver triangles where guided. So we're just realigning the body to the Earth's energies now, and doing that along the right hand side. So just dropping in an etheric drop of diamond into the third eye chakra. The etheric and crystalline body come into a state of balance and alignment, matching that of the new Earth grid, and that the body continues to clear and sustain a state of wellness and physical enlightenment. So just white light in the body, so coming from below the feet, coming up the legs, pelvic area, torso, neck and head, and out into the space around you, the auric field, back into the heart. And then visualizing the frequency of purple coming into the body now. Let the vibration of purple resonate into the physical and etheric light body systems to create emotional balance, clarity and tranquility. Aqua blue into the body, colour of the ocean. So just let the vibration of aqua blue resonate into the physical and etheric light body systems to create a deeper level of perception and understanding. Colour bathing the body now of a frequency of purple. So just coming up the body, all the way up to the crown, above the head, and out into the space around you, back into the heart. Drawing a diamond once more over the body, silver diamond coming out to the sides and down below the feet. All geometric forces relating and responding to the Earth's magnetic geometric grid balance and come into alignment. Just balancing and realigning the gravity line and just pulling that out from the navel area. White lighting the body once more, so coming from below the feet, coming up the legs, pelvic area, torso, neck and head, and out into the space around you, back into the heart. And using a silver frequency of light, drawing a triangle into the third eye, a diamond over the body, a triangle into the feeling vortex, realignment of the triangular formation for etheric light body integration with the fifth dimensional grid. And we're just going to wait a few moments while the energy weaves in the patterning required. So just waiting a moment and then just completing this procedure by placing the etheric master grid symbol into the Earth Star chakra. Feel safe, grounded and connected to the new earth. Just drawing in the Om symbol. And then just drawing 2 silver lines of force from below the feet down into the Earth Star chakra, which is situated about 6 inches below the feet. So we're just grounding you back in. And then just very gently coming back in your own time, just anchoring yourself back in. And when you're ready, opening the eyes. I'll just pop that manual back down there. Okay, so some people say when I've been running energy like this, and you will be getting this every week in the live broadcast, but remember, whenever you're watching this and you're setting that intent by connecting, because whenever you make that effort to watch this, you will get that energy run on you. This is the beauty of it, because we work very much in the etheric when we're running transference healing and any of these procedures. We work in the etheric body, so you don't have to be in the same room with me. You're still benefiting from the energy, and once it's run, it will still be running, so you'll be able to feel it. Some people feel a tingling in their bodies, some people see the colors. Some people even have visions, which is very exciting, but the energy will be running. It's what you've got to realize, it's a very, very deep and transformative energy, even at this level with the Child of Light set of procedures. So you will start to get shifts, and some things may come up, but often we just feel in a very good space, quite sparkly, busy space after I've ran the energy. So hopefully be able to start connecting into that and feeling that. So as I said, every week during the live broadcast, I'll be running this energy. But even if you can't watch this at that precise moment, every time you watch, catch up and watch these broadcasts and catch up in your own time, you'll still be getting that energy. So you just set the intent to relax your body and just be open to the energies. Okay, and slowly people say, after coming for several weeks or even several months, they start to notice a shift. They start to see that, their attitude starts to shift around things. They start to approach life in a calmer way, and get shifts of perception. And this is how the energy works. So it's all good. Okay, so to start off our session, and as I said, we've done the card reading, we've had our animal magic card reading, we've ran energy, and now I'm going to take an aspect of the cards, or just an aspect that I'm drawn to teaching, and I'm just going to take you through that, and you'll be getting sort of guidance and some techniques as a way forward to help you support yourself, because this is what I'm all about, the Whisper Tree. We want to empower people so that they can then continue to support themselves, and I feel that's really important. So because this is our first session, I'm not really going to take an aspect of Griffin today, because I felt that it's more of a mastery card. This will come later. So I'm just going to talk on a very introductory level about energy, and I'm already going to start giving you just ways to support yourself. When you're struggling emotionally, mentally, as we all do, we all have moments like that. And sometimes these moments can be much longer than that. But all of this work, all of this energy work, all of these techniques that I'm going to be teaching will really help to support you. And you will start to see those little shifts within yourself, which always gives you the momentum to continue to work in this way. So the first thing that we need to be aware of, and this is something that I talk about a lot, is that, if you decide to go ahead with the membership program, and you continue in this journey, you're going to understand that I talk about energy a lot and frequency a lot. But the first thing that we need to be aware of, and this is what I found really important, that my clients understand this, is that we have this natural vibrational flow of energy within us, whether we're aware of it or not. And the more that we are connected to this vibrational flow, the more we are in flow, within ourselves, the more, our days kind of pass a little bit more peacefully. And when we're disconnected or more disconnected from this flow, we start to become, we start to feel the struggle a little bit. Life starts to get a little bit harder and more difficult. So the idea is that we need to be more connected to this vibrational, or the natural vibrational flow of energy within us. Now, everybody has this vibrational flow. And all living creatures, plants, animals have this vibrational flow and our planet has a kind of flow of energy and a rhythm to it. This is the same vibration and energy that weaves through nature. It drives the seasons, it changes seasons, it allows the flowers to open up and close at night. It kind of governs the moon cycles, it governs the tides of the oceans, so it really does weave through our planet. It governs nature, it drives nature, and it weaves in through us. But not only does it weave in through our physical body, it kind of comes out through our feelings and our thoughts. So this is really, really important to be aware of. So what we've got to realize is that our own natural energy, vibrational flow of energy, impacts not only on our physical body, on our thoughts and our feelings, but it also impacts on those around us and our environment, as does theirs impact on us. So we don't even need to be in a room with somebody who may be thinking about us, either positively or negatively, and it will impact on us and our own vibrational flow of energy. So this is really huge. This is a massive concept, but it's one that we need to be aware of, as you'll come to realize as the weeks go on and you listen hopefully to our live broadcast. So the best analogy I can give you as to how this energy works is, if you think about flowers, if you think about wild flowers, they bloom and they're beautiful and they thrive, don't they? They're connected to the earth's energies because they're planted in the earth. They're not always in bloom, as we aren't. We can't always be 100% and really happy all the time. It's just not possible, and it's not natural for us if we look at nature in general. But when we are in full bloom, we're beautiful and, everything's good and we're in the flow. Now, if you look at cut flowers, they're beautiful, aren't they? When we buy them, we put them in a vase and they vibrate and they're gorgeous and they have a high frequency. But because they're cut from the source, they're not, connected to source, they wilt very quickly and they're doomed. And this is like us. The more disconnected we are from our own vibrational flow of energy, the more we struggle. So what we're ultimately trying to do is to keep this connection going so that we can come more from a heart space. We're in the flow, everything's great, we're feeling the love, but obviously we need to know how to connect more into this kind of internal flow of energy, so that we're impacting on our own bodies in a positive way, and we're impacting on others. Our own energy is impacting on others in a good way. And I always say to our clients, sometimes we can be in a really, really good space and everything's, we're in the flow, we're feeling good, we're feeling the love, and we might pop to the supermarket and we're in the queue and we suddenly feel a little bit annoyed or a little bit anxious, and all we're simply doing is picking up on somebody else's energies within the queue. And this is how it works. So the more awareness we have of our energy, the better it is. So the more awareness we have of our own thoughts and our own feelings, the more aware we are when we're picking up on other people's stuff. Okay, and they don't even have to say anything, they don't even have to be thinking of us, but if we're sensitive and open, we will be picking up on other people's stuff. And this is the first thing. This is why it's really, really important that we know how we're feeling at any moment in time. So the first thing that I would say, if we're going to start working more in this way and we're going to start supporting ourselves, is to be aware of our thoughts and our feelings. So I would simply say to myself, okay, how am I feeling now? How did whatever so-and-so said to me, how did that make me feel? And every time you think of it, just start connecting into your thoughts and your feelings, or what I like to call my emotional landscape, or your emotional landscape. Just start to ask that question. And this is going to help you connect into how you're thinking and feeling, but also to gather awareness of how someone else is thinking and feeling and how they're impacting on you. Now, this is a fun fact, an interesting fact for you, that they reckon that 15% of our stress, because a lot of us are stressed, especially in this day and age, just 15% of those stress factors are actually real things. So things like house move, or just general relationships, or our job, the pressures from our job, or just family or ill health, anything like that. Just 15% of that generates our stress, okay? Which means that a whopping 85% is not real things that generate our stress. That 85% is what could happen, that worst case scenario, oh gosh, what if I lost my job? Or, what if I became really ill? Or, what if, my son or my daughter's not getting on very well at school? So these are just that what if. So it's our imagination that's firing and triggering off stress factors for us. So, as I said, it's really, really important that we're aware of how we're thinking, what we're thinking, and how we're feeling at any given moment. The next thing I'd say is pay attention to your body. Your body does not lie to you. Your thoughts and your feelings, sometimes you may think that you think, you're feeling a certain thing, or you're seeing a certain thing. But our body, our physical body, does not lie. So once you've connected and said, okay, how am I feeling about that? Just pay attention to your body. If you're clenching your jaw, you're hunching your shoulders, if you're just a little bit rigid, you know that you're not truly relaxed. Because that's another thing. Sometimes we feel relaxed, we think we're relaxed, but there might be a slightly underlying tension there, or stress. And your body will be picking up on that. It does not lie. It will be showing you that, okay? The next thing that I would do is name it. So once you've asked yourself the question, you've identified there's a little bit of a negative thought or feeling, name it.